Oh, fish on Fridays, baby. Right, so we are down. We're on the first mullet session. I know yesterday I was talking about going out to the sea again, but I thought everyone's at school, everyone's at work. So, you know, the places you generally fish for mullet are like dog walking paths and things. So it can get quite busy, and so hopefully it should be a bit quieter today. Right, as I stated in my previous video, I've been watching The Bass Man. I've been watching Sea Angling Adventures, and I've been getting a little bit excited about catching a mullet. I've never done mullet fishing before, so went out and got this old Ron Thompson razor tip. Sort of looks like an ugly stick. It's basically exactly the same. Lovely and whippy. I've got a Shakespeare fixed ball, small reel. I actually got these on the marketplace. Fish on marketplace. So I mean, keeping it cheap. Because at the end of the day, guys, if I don't like this sort of fishing, I haven't wasted a lot of money. I mean, I will like this sort of fishing. I like all kinds of fishing. And it's right on my doorstep, so if I do like it, I can pop down after work. Just quick ones, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I have got 12-pound camo line for carp fishing. Also, remember, I am new to this. Any tips would be great. All I've got is what I've watched on videos on YouTube. I have caught them in the past on accident using sprats down the fish keep. But yeah, so we're all learning, It's an hour before high water. So the sun has just come up. It's going to be a bright day today, so I don't know if that's going to affect the fishing. It's all guessing games. So I'm going to fish for an hour before, 2 hours after. And then I might pop down later and fish an hour before low, and then maybe an hour or two after. Because like I said, it's all new spots, so you got to do your research. They're not just going to give it to you, are they? Right, I know they fished the River Plimp and, you know, some of the upper parts of the Tamar and stuff, but I'm on the river team, so let's see if we can't do the same. I mean, it's a river, innit? So I'm going to fish a short paternoster. I'm just going to use the same 12-pound line that I've got on my reel. Nothing fancy. Obviously the rod and reel that I got on the marketplace, second hand, so it was cheap. So for the rod, the reel, a couple bits of tackle like the three-way swivels, the treble hooks, oh, and even down to the bait. Do you know what I mean? Aldi's finest, big shout out. If you want to sponsor me, feel free. I feel like me and Mullet are the same, you know? We both like eating bread, so if they don't want to eat it, I will. Yeah, so that's that, really. So we're gonna fish. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, I think I worked out to a total of £21 and 40 pence, including tackle and bait. You know, so you can keep things cheap, guys. You don't have to spend lots of money like the professionals. Because let's be real, I'm not happy with that. We ain't professional. And literally, this is me. I'm just about to lose my mullet virginity. So I mean, if we can get one out in the next few sessions, I'll be happy with that. You know, I'm not expecting to catch everything on the first try. One thing I already like about it, well, I'm not sure whether I like it or not, but I feel a bit naked. I've got a rod, a bag and a bit of tackle and a bread. I'll tell a lie. Got a naughty little espresso. And some cakes for breakfast. Don't buy the line, it'll ruin your teeth. Unfortunately I haven't got my scissors, so I'll put that in my little pot. Take that with me. I am going to be fishing a short paternoster, which is basically a three-way swivel. I'll show you in a minute once it's on. Three-way swivel with a 1 ounce lead at the bottom, and then obviously the fixed paternoster trace line with size 10 treble, and see if we can do some damage with that. I mean, if I put a cast out and I get one first time, I'm going to be very happy. But as we all know in fishing, that's not how life works. And apparently, these fish are the hardest to fish for. So make it even more interesting, won't it? Anyway, enough of the serious stuff. Had some lovely sleep. Got a naughty little breakfast. Mrs. is away, so I'm allowed to have cakes. As soon as she comes back, that'll stop. Yeah, ooshin' a booshin' a tooshin' thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if the sun's in your eyes. It has just come up. I will flip you around in a minute. I did upload a video yesterday. We lost a couple of really good fish. So hopefully, before the end of the weekend, well, we've got forever, haven't we? But I do want to get back out and try and get a conger, because I feel like we've got a lot of videos that are like unfinished business. I mean, if we get them out today, I'll be banging, but you know, like I said, I'm not expecting miracles. So yeah, these are the size leads that I'm using. Just 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce actually, flat watch leads, just the whole bottom, because it is the River Tean, and it is I think it's a 4.5 metre tide today. So obviously that's quite big for here, so it is going to pull through this little stretch of river. I found 4 or 5 spots along the stretch that have got easy access, so we'll give it a bit of time here. If they're not here, we'll move along and we'll see if we can find them. I mean, it does take me back to my carp fishing days a little bit, because it seems to be like watching the videos of people. If you're not on the fish, you're not on the fish. We're in the river, aren't they? So they're always moving. So yeah, there you go. 3-way swivel, lead, then about half the length of the lead, I'm going to put the 3-way. I'm going to put the treble on, just so it's set up in the water, pulling in the tide, floating. And there's a sorry about that. There's a thing called the washing line technique that I've been seeing a lot of. Again, I'm new to this, so don't take any of this as gospel. Do your own research. But it's called the washing line technique. So basically what they do is they put a bit of bread on the hook, and then they put a couple bits of bread as like ground bait on the line. I mean, I don't know how that's going to make it easy to see the bites, because they might be sucking the line, but that's how they do it. So that's how I'm going to do it, and see if we can't land us a big mullet. I mean, it'd be lovely to get one first time. I mean, yeah. But if not, we do what we do. We'll do 3 hours now, we'll do 3 hours later. I'm back out again Sunday down here as well. It's literally just 5 minutes from my house. No, I'm not giving you my address, because I'm so famous, I don't want people coming around my house. No, I'm only joking. But I'm not giving you my address. Right, and then we've got the farmhouse soft white best bread in the world. But like I said, if the fish aren't going to eat it, I will eat it. Get right in my stomach. Right, so here goes nothing then, I suppose. Put this away. Back in there. I've got all my stuff, all the things I'm using in a little bag, rucksack, and that's it, rucksack, rod. And I'm just going to rest the rod on the end. Just drop it in, there's about 2-3 meters of water there. With some bread on. And then hopefully we'll bring you back with a fish, or some action, some rod action. I haven't seen anything on the surface yet, but the water is quite deep, so let's see. Right, in a bit. So, as you can see, I have moved. I will give you a quick pan around in a minute. It's where the river sort of veers off into a side stretch of the river. There's a lot of crap floating down, but that's the washing line method I was talking about that I've been seeing all over the YouTube. So I'm just going to flick this one in now. There we go. Already messed that up. All the bread's clumped. Never know, might hold a bit back. Hopefully the bread stayed on. Oh god. Right. I will get better, I promise. Right, so I'm just going to set this rod up here on an angle. So I haven't got a bank stick. And yeah, we'll have a look. So obviously, got my rod down there. It's chilling away. And yeah, as you can see there, just up there, there's a little bit of river that runs alongside the dual carriageway, and then it opens out into River Team. So I feel like they might hold up here a little bit because there's a bit of an eddy. It's not as much tide. So yeah, we're going to give that a go. Fingers crossed we get a bite. Right, little update. I mean, just get comfort, I suppose. So I am back at the original spot. There's too much debris and that floating down through the other place. As you can probably hear, the wind's picked up. It's very windy. It's making it a little bit difficult. So I'm using a little flimsy rod, but we're going to persevere. We're here now. We've set ourselves a challenge. The second part this afternoon, I might fish the other side of the river because it's sort of like after the motorway bridge, dual carriageway. Get comfy. Separates, like forks off. So you've got one side's Newton Abbot and the other side's Teignmouth. And that goes just up past the passage house. Type it in on Google, you'll see it. I don't think you can actually park there, but there is a nature reserve near Winner's Gym. You can park and wander along, follow the trail. If you don't catch a fish, you can go and have a quick pint. I mean, not have a pint, but yeah, quite on the old mullet front. I haven't seen any either, which is a good indication. So I'll give it another couple of hours, and if nothing happens, I'll come back this afternoon in a bit. Well, can fall asleep doing this mullet fishing. And there's still no action. If you've watched the videos before, you'll know where I'm fishing. Is a place that I used to come with one of my friends that has passed away, bless him. Callum, he was a good man. God rest his soul. So, if you're up there, ask the fish to give us a bite, or just throw the rod in. Yeah, no, he's a good bloke. Yeah, this was his favourite place to fish. And I remember one day, he rang me up, flapping on the phone, like, "Connor, you don't understand." I was like, "What are you going on about, lad?" He's like, "Oh, I've just had a huge bass out of that stretch of river." I was like, "Behave yourself," do you know what I mean? It's a metre deep. And with that followed a picture of him, a massive smile on his face, holding up a proper, like, I think it weighed £7.10 or something like that. It's a monster fish for, like, up this side of the river. And I think I got a picture with him with it as well. If I can find it, I'll throw it in. But if not, I mean, I wouldn't have believed it either until I seen it. But yeah, just sat here, brought back a few little memories. Bless him. And that's what happens when the fishing's quiet. Have a little think to yourself, you know what I mean? About the old times. Yeah, on that note, let's get back to the fishing. I'm just going to put another bit of bread on because I keep changing it because I don't know whether I'm meant to just leave it, bring it in. I mean, I'm bringing it in and there's still a little bit of bread on there, but it's almost like it's being sucked. But I'm not seeing the bites. Maybe it's the crabs. Right. And if I don't start catching in the next few videos, I think I'm going to have to rename my channel The Blanket, if it hasn't already been taken. Keeping it PG and all that. Right, let's change the bait in a bit. Hello, Mr. Swan. Come to eat my bread. Right, as you might be able to hear, I am a bit out of breath. I'm a very heavy guy. So basically I just ran back to the motor because I was sat here thinking to myself, what can I do to try and entice a fish? And then I remembered I got some black lug left over from the trip yesterday. So we're going to see. I was just talking about obviously that bass that Callum had. I thought to myself, why not put a bit of black lug on there, see if we can entice a bass. And I think it's just because I can't fathom in my head fishing with bread. I know it's awful, but we all do it. It's one of our human traits that make us human. Yeah, so quickly changed it up a little bit. Went and quickly grabbed a bit of black lug. See if we can't get us a few schoolies. And I mean, they're gonna feel like massive fish on this rod. Big love to the wife. She donated this to me because I don't have one. Keeps me coffee nice and warm. So, just flicked out a bit of black lug now. Let's see if we can change our luck. I'm gonna. Oh. It's like I only paid 20 quid for this rod, isn't it? Set that drag a little bit. There we go. Because if I do get a bass, she will run fast. Big baits, big gurp. Right, anyway, so that's done. I will try bread again at low water. See if we can get ourselves a bass in a bit. Right, well, I think it's official. I just can't trust the bread. I mean, the swans have been here eating it. They trust it. I'm sure if it goes deeper than that, if I had time for a therapist, they'd probably be like, how do you feel about that? And we get to the bottom of it. But we don't have time for that, do we? So, I'm going to knock it on the head in a minute. I feel like the only way I'm going to be able to trust it is if I catch a fish on it. So, I might bring this rod every time I go fishing and just put a bit of bread in the edge. And hopefully one day I'll catch a fish on it and it will restore my faith. It's just because I've never used it, I think. It's like I tried to use the dongle rig. I used it once. To be fair, I caught fish on that, but yeah, it's just not right. It's just not right. And another thing about fishing the river. I mean, it's a Friday. I've been sat here, and a bottle of Desperados has just floated past, and now all I can think of is the taste of them. So I might have to have a couple of beers later. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Well, I just thought I'd share that with you. Really. So, anyway, as we do, I might be back later. I might not. I will be back later. I might not be mullet fishing, but I'm definitely going to be fishing. So, yeah. I'll see you later on this evening. And we'll see if we can add a few fish to the video. Right, see you in a bit. Wash. Right, back at it. Obviously, don't worry, the bait didn't go to waste. I had a nice beans on toast before I come out. Yeah, we will get back at it at some point, but at the minute, I've just been catching a tan. Just got back down to Brixham breakwater. I am on the breakwater, I'm just lower down. There's a lot of people walking along the top. So I'm just about to put this big dirty bait out, and then hopefully we'll get a bite on it. Just before dark again, I'll get a few fresh mackerel, and well, hopefully I do. I might have to quickly cast into the harbour once or twice, and then yeah, we should be well away. I'll put the conger rigs on and we'll get some fishing done. So hopefully I can get one for you today, guys, and bring it back in a bit. Well, guys, as you can see, the sun's setting. I haven't been doing any filming because there's a lot of people walking up and down here, and not everyone wants to be on camera. So all the feather bashers are on their way home. Unfortunately, no one's caught any mackerel, so we ain't got any fresh mackerel today. We've only got frozen stuff. So I mean, our chances are probably just halved, but we'll still try our best to get a conger out. We've got about 4 or 5 hours of fishing now. It's getting a lot quieter. Hopefully we can focus on getting a nice conger. I'm going to try and put these hooks down with a little bit of bait on to try and get like a small pollock or something. And that way I can just put half of that out to increase the chances. But yeah, other than that, crack over the can of Monster, get the energy flowing, and just stand here talking to myself with everyone looking at me like I'm some sort of weirdo. Oh, I love it. Right, in a bit. Bosh, like I was saying, you create your own luck in this world. Right, obviously we didn't have any fresh bait. Last tiny bit of light, I've just seen a few fish jumping. It's not a mackerel. I'm not actually sure what it is. It's either like a pilchard or a sardine or something like that. But there you go. Ooh, fresh bait. So now we've just doubled our chances. So I'm going to wait till it's completely dark, because that's when I had the bites yesterday. And then yeah, we'll cut that in half. That's two fresh bloody baits there. Naughty. I'm not gonna lie, it feels good to get a fish. Doesn't matter how small it is, and a fish is a fish at the end of the day. Even if it is just for bait. Right. I'm gonna wait for it to get dark, put the conger rigs on, and then put one on each. I've got some frozen mackerel, so it's not the end of the world, do you know what I mean? But it does help. Anyway, see you in a bit. As you can see, temperature's dropped a little bit. The old hat's on the Swede, you've got the stars of the moon up there. Yeah, so with a little bit of Google research, I've just caught my first pilchard. So, you know, there's a few firsts today. First time using bread, first time catching a pilchard. Could have had a sandwich. But now, yeah, so I'm literally, here he is, look. I haven't cut up just yet. You know what I mean? That's a PB right there. Ah, look at the size of it. It's bigger than most, you know what I mean? Right, anyway, it's not a blank. I mean, well, it might be a little bit because it's bait, but we caught a fish, so I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to bait it up now, cast it out. If we get enough fish, I'll bring it back. See you in a bit. Right, guys. So, just had a little pull down on that fresh bit of bait, and hey, there we have it. Mr. Little Baby Conger, little strap. I don't even think you can call that a strap, it's more like a bootlace. But we're in the right location, they are here. So I'm gonna strap a little bit of mackerel onto that bait because he only managed to get the bottom in. And, but yeah, that greedy gut's trying to eat the whole thing. Right, get this one back. Hopefully we can get one 50 times bigger. See you in a bit. Wow. Thought he'd just bring me back because I'm a bit bored. After that bite, I haven't had anything else. I cast that bait back out with a bit of mackerel on it. Had a couple of knots, hit into it, reeled up, I had bare hooks. So, fish are still here. Plenty of water down there. So I'm feeling, I'm not going to say feeling lucky, I'm feeling confident that we can get a bigger one out. But obviously, you know, what we're doing is working. You know, just got to keep practicing, repeating the process until the sizes get bigger. If we kept going and going and going and not catching what we wanted to catch, then you've got to change stuff. But obviously what we're doing is working. Unfortunately, you can only catch what's in front of you. Not to say that there ain't a big one down there, because we've got 3 or 4 hours. I've got the whole breakwater to myself now. Everyone's gone, the car park's empty. Which is quite a nice feeling. It's warm. I mean, summer's nearly here. Well, it is here, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's about the warmest it gets. So, on that note, I'm going to put a fresh bit of bait on the left-hand rod. In fact, while you're here, I'm just going to... Oh, wait a minute. We've got all these dodgy angles going on, haven't we? It might feel like you're looking up at me, but, you know, everyone does. You have got to be careful when you're fishing on this breakwater, because obviously there's only about 1.5 meters width. If you fall on one side, there's only a 5-foot drop. Fall the other side, there's like a 20-foot drop. So, yeah, just bear that in mind if you do come down here fishing. Right, bear with for bear it. Put this one in. So, obviously, on the conger rod, I've got the wire trace, and then on this one, I'm fishing crab because I bought some, so it's only frozen, but obviously there's still a little bit of bait left on that one. So I'm just quickly going to get a crab, top that one up. Oos and a boost and a juice and a team. Where's my crabs gone now? Oh, good old Wriggly Wrigglers, frozen baits. Frozen baits do work just as well as fresh, but you know, when there's loads of mackerel around here, live, you know, in the winter there isn't any. Well, there is, but far and few between. So obviously they get taking what they can get. But at the minute, when there's thousands upon thousands of mackerel, obviously that's their option, right? So it makes sense to bait them with what they're feeding on. Obviously that pilchard was just a little bonus, and it got us that little bonus fish. So if that saves the day, then remember, when you're fishing, always watch the water, because that's what I was doing. So a couple of fish jump, chucked feathers, caught the bait, which in then turn caught the target fish we were after. Not the size, but size doesn't matter. That's my wife. Right, anyway, got to stop making jokes like that. Right, we've got a big softie there. That one doesn't need peeling, it's already peeled. Well, yeah, it peeled itself. Oh. So I'll strap this giant bird softie on. And get her away. Oh, thanks again for watching, guys, and subscribing. You know what I mean? Every little helps and all that. I mean, I didn't even think I'd get any subscribers, and I'm actually quite enjoying myself making little videos. You know, it's a bit more of a challenge, and it gives me something to do when the fishing's not so productive. Because as you've seen in some of my videos, you know, fishing can be hard. You know, what else do you do? Some people read books. I can't read, so that's not really an option for me. But yeah, usually I'm just tying up rigs and sat there, sometimes sleeping. But now I've got a little thing to do, you know, talk to the camera. And a lot of the times when I fish on my own, there's no one here to chat to either. I want to be sat there buried into my phone. Do you know what I mean? I'm just watching everyone on their nights out and that, because then I want to go out. So if anything this weekend, fishing's kept me sober. I mean, we still got Saturday night, but we have got plans for Saturday night. I want to do a beach. I'm thinking Slapton. Slapton's a nice place to fish. I'll just quickly put this out. Never know, there might be a stray bass or a smooth hound or something right on the corner. I know, where did she go? Oh, he fell off the wall then. Oh, yeah, I forgot to let you along. It's quite deep here, to be fair. I'm fishing just off the wall with one of the rods, which isn't that deep, only about 15 foot, but the other one's definitely about 30 foot drop on it. I'm certain. I am bloody certain. But I am confident. We've got 3.5 hours left. Because I would have stayed longer if I didn't catch anything, but I want to get a few hours sleep. I'm not going to fish tomorrow morning, because obviously this blurry sun isn't helping the fishing at all. So I'll probably head to the beach for around 5 and then fishing to the night. Do like a later session, finish about 3, depending on the fishing. I don't mind going home if I've had a few fish. I mean, sometimes it makes you want to stay out, but when you haven't had one, you just want to keep going and going and going until you get one. It's hard to accept defeat. Human nature, I suppose. But yeah, right. I'm gonna have a coffee. Pretend that I'm some sort of minion or something, you know what I mean? And yeah. Message the wife, see how she's doing in France. She's probably about 17 drinks in. Yes then, love. Alright, anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Right, famous last cast. Unfortunately, we had a few rattles, but we haven't managed to land a monster. Again, as per usual. Wouldn't expect anything else. But I'm going to call it a night now. It's getting on. Recharge the batteries. Head out tomorrow night. Hopefully we can get a fish. A good fish. Well, we've had fish, but you know, something a little bit bigger. More entertaining for the camera. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to give us a good little like and subscribe. You know where that button is. You can see it. It's either down there or down there. It's one of them. But yeah. If I don't see you before, I'll see you after. And if not, I'll see you on a bank in a bit.